Happy holidays, regardless of how this sounds.
Woo! Happy holidays.
Jingle bells,
Jingle bells.
jingle all the way.
Ho, ho, ho.
Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
Hey!
Jingle bells, jingle, jingle all the way. Over there, that's good. Oh, what fun it is to ride in one
Horse, oh, bed, sleigh. Thank you, and I'm sorry.
Well, there's always more love.
We all need more love. That's right. Okay, guys. So that opens us up to this episode of The Space Between. Guys, if this is your first episode of the Space Between podcast, just know that you have entered into a special episode. Yeah, you've entered into the Twilight Zone. So put your seatbelts on. Make sure your seatbelts on are at all time if you're driving a heavy machinery of any kind. Also, if you're at home, definitely put your earbuds in because I'm 100%, even though this is a Christmas episode, it's probably not going to be kid friendly. And I'm sorry. But we'll start out the episode by saying, first, I want to introduce my amazing guest. Guys, if you are not watching this episode on YouTube, you need to watch it on YouTube just this one time because my guest is so fabulous. You have to see him. And also, we have Christmas backgrounds because this is the Christmas episode. So definitely check out our YouTube channel. So who is my guest? Let's let him talk, right? Like hey, hi, thank you for being on The Space Between. Who in the world are you? And have you ever heard of the Dave Matthews Band? I hope I got that right.
Well, I have heard of the Dave Matthews Band. I've been following them since the 90s. September 1st, 1995 to be exact. My name is Jason Dombrow. Some people know me as More Love, but you call me Jason. There's people that know me as other things too, but you know.
Me too.
And I'm happy to be wearing an outfit from an upcoming episode of Fashion Nuts, also our Christmas episode.
Tell us more about that. Like, what is that? What are you talking about?
On YouTube, there is a channel called The Fashion Nuts.
Okay.
And it's like at The Fashion Nuts.
NUTS.
Yes.
Fashion Nuts. Got it. Just want to make sure like everybody can find it. Yeah.
Also, a children's book author. This children's book, Hello Heaven, is Poppy there. It's a true story of when I was 9 years old and how I dealt with my grandfather's death in order to help parents have a tool to talk to their kids about loss, death, grief, and all the unnecessary things that unfortunately we have to talk about in this world. And especially, if you know someone that's hurting for what's going on in the world and they need a book like this, it's a very good tool to help people heal.
Yeah, and I think there's no better time. Like Christmas is often a time for
give it as a gift too. For
it's
sure.
tough. It's a tough thing. And so, guys, even though this is airing really near Christmas, where can one get a copy of your book really quickly?
That was I was going to say. You can get either on ebook or paperback on Amazon.com. Just look up the title, and the same thing on Barnes and Noble. You can only get the paperback. But it's available on both platforms.
It's amazing. I think it's a good gift for honestly any age. I ordered it and I love it. So I think that was a great idea to turn something really hard but really common thing to walk people through that. And so what's special about this book that you think Dave Matthews Band fans would like?
Oh, that's funny. You should mention that because there's probably about over 30 references to Dave Matthews songs written throughout this book because I've been a fan for so long. So there's little even nuances, and I can tell you, I'll show you one. I don't even know if we discussed this the last time, and I don't even know if I've ever divulged this information, but I'll give you one little hint. You see this photo?
Yes.
This is right here is one clue.
Rapunzel. Oh my God. You heard it here first, right? Like at the Space Between. You have to get it, everyone.
It's a very important book. There's also a song that I wrote that's in the back, and you can zap your phone over it, and it'll take you there. And it's a heartfelt, true story, and it's from my 9-year-old to yours.
I love it. I love it. And again, what an amazing thing to do, because we all have, at some point in our lives, we're all going to experience grief. I always say there's two things. There's really three things that you can always count on, but that is being born, dying, and then the third being taxes, right? Like you can't avoid those things. It's like the plague, but rightly so.
That's a different show that I do. That's called The High Little Guy. We can
It's a whole different podcast. Yeah.
whole different one.
So let's talk about that. So what is the name of your podcast that you're doing, or your YouTube channel?
My YouTube channel, I have two. So the one that I mentioned earlier, which is the Fashion Nuts, and that's at the Fashion Nuts, and that's about fashion and making fun of it in Hollywood and the whole 9 yards. We're still working out the kinks, but my partner, Jessica Blum, is a great actress and model. And, together we're kind of finding our niche and getting there. And with feedback from people we know, it's, slow, steady, but we'll get there.
I mean, I think you should start like a rental process, because it's like I see all your things on Facebook and I see your outfits and I'm like, I need that look yesterday, right?
That's exactly it. It's to kind of blur the lines between what is fashion forward these days, because this is a woman's jacket, but I think I look damn good in it.
You look amazing in it. I mean,
who's to say that it's a woman's jacket,
Who said that? Yeah, who said?
That was a tease.
No. Are you going to unwrap yourself like a present? Again, this is the Christmas episode, so what do you got for me?
It's ironically, which you might know, is that it's a mental health month, and if I asked the woman on the counter in the little box that speaks to me from time to time when I call her name, the unnameable at the moment.
Oh, I know. Can't say her name.
What she said was, I asked her because, I don't know, you can't really see my decorations up here, but, that's my chandelier. I
love it.
I love this whole bar. This is Disco's joint. Oh. This whole bar is dedicated to my dog.
I love it. I love that. And there was a post that and I'm not taking off subject, but you
can follow him on Instagram.
I'm just going all over the place, but you posted something about a disco ball and how, was it like basically do you remember how that went?
Yeah. I don't remember exactly how it went, but the idea of it is you take the idea of a disco ball and it's, like 1,000 broken pieces of mirror, but when you shine a light on it, it becomes something magical.
That's right.
That's who we are, is we're just a bunch of broken pieces that when you shine a light on ourselves, we become brilliant.
That's right. That's right. So speaking of mental health awareness month. Yeah.
So I asked, who on the counter, what it meant to have I didn't ask her a red one, but there's also a green one. I said, what does it have to have a green ribbon like this one on yeah, see?
I love it. Guys, he's totally like, you have to watch the YouTube channel. He's like unwrapping himself like a present, and it's like a gift every time. I love it.
But a green ribbon is an international symbol for Mental Health Month, and I learned that today.
I love that. It is. Thank you for the reminder of that, because, there are so many colored ribbons, and rightly so. There's so many things that we should become aware of if we're not, and it's endless amounts of things. But I think that this is an exceptionally good one for December, because again, we've talked about this. December is not an easy month for a lot of people. And so, of course, that all ties in. Grief ties into mental health, and how everyone processes it differently, and how there's not a right and a wrong. And so, again, it's just a topic that really needs elevated as we've gone in time. 2023, people are talking about mental health finally, because it is, again, just as important as your physical health. It can kill you just like your heart can, right? And so what a time to be talking about that. And so you and I have talked about that in the past. What are some things that you like to remember when it comes to mental health awareness and like taking care of yourself? Because I know that that's something that you make sure to do, is to schedule yourself in your calendar. And that's something that a lot of people forget to do, is, it is okay to take some me time, right? Like, it's okay. Tell us about your process.
I think you have to take me time. Otherwise, you ain't giving people 100% of yourself.
Agreed.
You know, and we don't need 50% of you. We need all of you.
We do.
Especially nowadays with sometimes it's, I don't mean to be a little bit morbid, but the reality is people are dying and we're sitting here touring around with stuff. And, I kid and promote stuff, but I promote my message of, more love. And that's throughout this book. It's throughout, what I do, because that's where I come from. And I'm not better or worse. I'm just someone here to remind us that we're all in this together. And if we ain't doing it with love, then this is what we got.
Yeah, it's not going to get done. It's not going to get done without love. That's just period. Like,
right.
Period.
So anyway, I think somehow earlier did you ask me something about my knowledge of Dave Matthews or something? I don't know.
What? Who? The Dave Matthews Band? Oh, yes. Let's, you know what? Cheers to the Dave Matthews Band for almost 33 years of music. How has the band affected your life? And let's talk back. Let's go back. Like I heard you say this earlier today. You're like, if I'm going to tell you a story about something, we're going to start where? Where are we going to start?
The beginning.
At the beginning.
So that means recently the EP, and then remember two things, and then Under the Table and Dreaming.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Wow. I first heard the band on, I think we had this story last time.
We did. So guys, this is Jason's second time. So again, welcome back to the show. I won't say that we're not going to repeat some things, because you were back in the show when we were kind of new. We're still new, but we were kind of really new. It was before tour, I think, even before the 2023 tour had started, right?
I'm a fan of the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
No, this is why I wanted to come back, because it's like I have experiences, and it's like, there are like, one of the reasons why I wanted to come back was because I ran into this woman who frequents a bar I used to work at in West Hollywood, and I happened to run into her one night, and we started talking, and I started saying stuff, and I'm like, oh, but like when Leroy played when Leroy played it, it was this or whatever. And she goes, well, I never heard him play. I'm like, how long you been a fan of the band? And she's like, 3 years. And it boggled my mind for someone what a missing, thank God there's recordings.
Yes.
But what a missing not to be able to hear the gifts of that man. Mm-hmm. That has driven me to hold up a sign in his honor since the day he died.
Talk about that sign just briefly, in case someone is watching. Again, you can watch this on YouTube, or if you're listening, you need to watch it, because what is the sign? Tell us about it. If for people that are just listening, tell us a little bit about the sign, and then we're going to go back to the beginning.
See the sign, man. You want to see the sign?
Tell me about the sign. I saw a sign, and it opened up my mind. I saw the sign. Do you know what band that is?
It says More Love, and More is Leroy's last name, the former saxophone player of the band, the original member, and it's just to spread more love, because why not?
Why not? Why not? I need a reason to not, why we should not love more.
You can't.
Right? Like, give me a good reason.
Sugar.
You can't love anymore because you got too much sugar?
Yeah. No. I mean, a love of sugar is kind of where I went, but don't mind me. I think in abstract ways these days.
And that's okay. That's okay. So let's go back to the beginning again. So you're telling this chick again, she was a fan for 3 years. But
she's never listened to, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, again, not familiar with the origins of the band. And you and I have talked about this. We love a good origin story. That's why I have a podcast about the fans of the Dave Matthews Band. Like, I love the history of something. And so how do you explain to someone, like, if they've just become a fan, to only know the current members of the band? How do you describe the band's origin and its sound and its founding members?
Hello, everybody. This is Dave Rich from the Eddie Casino Band out in Las Vegas. We're really excited to get this journey going, celebrating our music, our original music, on all platforms. We just released our first single over Labor Day weekend called Eddie Casino. If you're looking for new music, look out for our next single coming out to Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, Apple Music. These guys in the band are really excited to get started playing music for y'all. If you like Tom Petty, Zach Brown, Jason Mraz, Dave Matthews Band, Rob Thomas, Jimmy Buffett, Pink Floyd, Stapleton, Bare Naked Ladies, Goose, Billy Strings, Sting and the Police, a ton of influences that we bring to the table. Hope you enjoy our music and look forward to seeing you soon live on stage.
Well, it's kind of a funny story because it's almost like they always had a sort of changing chemistry, even with keyboard players in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And, and then when it was finally like, Carter, Leroy, Stefan, Boyd, and Dave, that was what became known as the Originals. And then Butch would come and go, and Tim would come and go, and now Tim is part of the band. And, unfortunately, Boyd is not, and Leroy obviously passed. But, that Leroy played with Rashawn, to me, is still a connection in that way to that time, because he knew what his intentions were. Rashawn was a great addition because he just complemented, like, I don't know what it was. It was like Leroy just knew we needed him.
Mm-hmm.
And thank God we got Rashawn, because, man, could that guy blow.
Yeah, for sure.
And, and it's no offense to Jeff by any means.
No.
Jeff. But,
That's
like,
right.
to know where this band came from and to follow, even in the dark times when there was dark years in, like, I don't know, the late 90s, I want to say in the 97s, maybe a little into the 2000s. And then it kind of ironed itself out. And then when Leroy died, it changed everything.
Yeah. Don't you think it had to, though? I mean, like, it had to, because
it had to, of course.
It was like,
it was never going to be the same band.
It can't be, right? Like, he's irreplaceable as a person, and as a musician.
He played with his soul,
right?
He played the way Leroy played, and even Boyd played the way Boyd played, or does play. And it's when you can, like, not, he was just, I don't know, the way he just was so smooth, and even if he made a mistake, it was like it didn't even matter because he just made it work.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's just like the sax would just melt you through the song.
Yeah.
And you can go back and listen to any of the music that, is recorded. And unfortunately, maybe there's live ones you could hear to hear what he would do. But, sometimes you wanted him to, like, like get off the note or whatever. And I don't know. He obviously touched me in such a way that I'm holding a sign for him.
Absolutely.
For, I don't know, 12, 15 years now,
Yeah. So tell us, only because I've heard the story and I think it's worth retelling. Tell us about the night that you were holding that sign where you got some life-changing news within the band.
Well, it was at the time when Leroy was recovering from his ATV accident, and they were playing at the Staples Center, and I made a little sign that just said "Love for Leroy." And I happened to be, I think I was in the 10th row. My memory tells me it was the 10th row. And a woman in a couple rows ahead sees my sign and says, "What did your sign say?" And I said, "Love for Leroy." She goes, "He died today." And then the lights went out. And I'm like, "What?" But, like, you're already, like, the lights went out and you, like, the concert's starting, but in the back of your head, you're like, "What the hell did you just say?"
Right. Did I hear her right?
Yeah. And then they came out and played the most passionate, love felt, anger felt version of bartender you'll ever hear in your life.
Mm.
It was just a. You could hear Carter smashing on the cymbals.
Do you feel like, looking back, and I mean, of course, you had just gotten that information, so you were still processing, but like looking back as you saw the band and you had just found out what had happened, did you see like a mournful band? Or of course they were, or like, were you able to see that in like the set list that they played that night? Or, what was the mood? What was the atmosphere like?
Well, it was a back-to-back show, and he died the day of the first show.
Okay.
Which made it all the more interesting. That night, there was just love and mourning in the room. Like, we were there together, upset. I bawled my eyes out the whole night.
Absolutely.
My friend, it was her first concert. I'm like, of all the shows, of course.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Well, she'll never forget it, or he'll never forget it. Oh God.
And she's still one of my best friends, but it's like, that's such a memory because it wasn't until after they sang Bartender where Dave announced that Leroy had given up his ghost that day.
Yeah.
And, what do you do 3 hours before a concert when someone dies? You have to go on.
You do.
They had no choice.
Yeah.
And they are stronger of a band because they went on.
I mean, yeah. I mean, they knew what was right for the band. They always know what's right for the band, and I think that they're always going to choose their family over a performance. But I feel like ultimately they made the right decision for them, and it happened to be that they were going to put on a show for the other people that were mourning as well.
Sure. Yeah, I did it for them. They're on for sure, but it would be pretty hard to tell people 3 hours ahead of a concert.
Yes, for sure.
Not this show.
Yeah. I mean, because people were already lined up. Like, we know our fan base. Like, we know.
I mean, there were people there hours before that. But
yeah.
I mean, that's professionalism at its highest.
It is.
Because I don't even know how anyone would have gotten through it without even messing up a lyric or crying.
God, I don't know. Yeah.
They just took it out on their instruments, and that's partly the beauty of music.
So tell me, only because, I could maybe read this and be like, oh, yes, I remember this now. But just off the top of my mind, tell me from the time, is it, Leroy or Leroy, whichever you want to say, from the time he had his ATV accident till the time he passed away, what was the time span there?
I don't remember. It wasn't very long. It was a couple of months.
Okay. So,
and
not that makes it easy, or it wasn't super fresh.
I want to say the accident was in June, and then by September he passed.
Wow.
So it was just a couple of months.
Wow.
And it was seemingly sudden. I mean, from my understanding, lung collapse.
Maybe some kind of, big complication.
Yeah.
Oof, that's terrible. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I mean, for someone who plays saxophone, that's a problem.
Yeah, I mean, for anyone that wants to breathe, right? Like, oh my God. And as a nurse, like, I've seen what that looks like, from a medical standpoint. And that is not a fun game. That's not a fun game for anybody. So good God, what a terrible death. But, even more proof of like, how in the world did they get up on stage and do it? They did.
Sure.
They did.
Yeah. They did. And and I got interviewed afterwards, and I'm not very proud of the interview, but I happened to be I say that for personal reasons, but I was just like, I couldn't even fathom being somewhere else to find out the news.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I felt like I was at home somehow because the band was there.
Mm-hmm. Oh my
goodness.
And
everybody there was mourning at the same time.
Yes. That's the perfect thing you could have said, because that's the fan perspective of, right? It's like, I could not have been at a better place to find out this information because my family was there. Like, like literally and figuratively, like you were in the right place at the right time. If it had to happen.
I swear to you, I think sometimes my mind is a little dark. I will say. I mean, obviously, I wrote a book about
No. Books about grief are
No, I mean, it's a great book. Don't get me
Yes,
wrong.
yes.
But it's like I seem to travel more on the dark side to bring light to it, like
Exactly.
not for a bad thing.
Yes.
But now I forgot what I was going to say.
I'm good at doing that to people.
Okay. It'll come back.
You know
whatever.
what? Let's segue into something a little different, and then we'll go back to the Dave Matthews Band. What's your favorite holiday cocktail? Now, but I think we've talked about this. Neither of us are like big drinkers. We are more of, herbal smoker. We like it.
I am the high little guy. You can say.
Yeah, we like weed. Let's just say it. We are stoners and not drinkers for the most part.
Although I'm having a beer this evening in celebration of this lovely Christmas.
Well, I mean, this is a Christmas episode. I'm having look. You know what? I will join you.
No, look. The good thing is, I mean, I don't know the Bible, so don't quote me. And I don't know what's to come or what we're waiting for or whatever. But peace doesn't need a vote.
No.
And peace doesn't need to have instructions. You just have to stop bombing people, and that's what needs to happen.
We need peace. We need love. We
don't need people dying. We don't need to kill people. I understand they're trying to stop people, but their behavior doesn't warrant killing. Killing doesn't begrudge. What's the word? Begedge, whatever. Killing doesn't beget killing.
True.
Is that the word? Beget?
I am not a wordsmith. I'm not. Maybe I am, but I don't know the word. No, yes. And what a time in the world we're in right now. And there's always been, and there forever will be, some type of war going on in the world. And I think behind every war there's hate, right? Behind that on some level. And so,
we're going down a high road. I don't know we want to go down, but what I will say is that if you are kind, you can't go wrong.
Yes, you cannot go wrong with kindness.
And I will tell you one other thing. If you dance, you can't be in a bad mood.
Can you? Have we done studies? Do we need to do a study?
We can.
Oh, okay. Do you have some music? We'll test out the theory. I can't dance that much because
that's cool.
But will I even hear it? I'm gonna do a chair dance.
I don't even know what song. Okay, let's see.
Can we do it? We're gonna do So again, another reason to watch the YouTube channel because we do random dancing. If you're a parent and you watch iCarly, that's what I heard right now.
Then we'll play.
Start dancing.
Can you hear that?
I want to be a lovely lady.
Can you hear it?
Yeah. Always trying to get it back,
Look, I mean, I only did it because of what Dave Matthews said.
What's up, everybody? This is David with the Dave Matthews Tribute Band. We're a nationally touring tribute to DMB, playing shows all over the country and beyond. Our goal is to bring you back to the classic sound that you fell in love with in the 90s and the 2000s, featuring a violin, saxophone, and maybe some keyboards sprinkled in as well. You can find out information about all of our tours and shows by visiting thedmtb.com. You can also check us out on Facebook and Instagram and other socials by searching the Dave Matthews Tribute Band or the DMTB. Hope to see you on the road and enjoy the Space Between podcast.
I'm gonna like dancing in my tongue. You look amazing. I can't go all the way around, but
You know what? One of the things we were going to talk about.
you look amazing.
Thank you. So do you. I love your little holiday outfit.
It says resting Grinch face.
That's great.
Oh wait, let me do an outfit change.
Okay. Wait, then we got to change the music. We need a break. Oh, it came.
I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can do it. Okay, isn't this hat fabulous?
Yes, it's great. It
Okay,
came. I was
into that.
okay. Let's go.
Take a whole outfit change.
Okay. I don't want to give you copyright.
You know what? That was great, and we're killing it. Wait, we were crushing it. Ooh, you crush me with the things you do.
With the things you do.
Okay, Jason, so let's talk more about December and it being Mental Health Awareness Month. So tell me what that looks like again to you. We've talked about scheduling personal time, but what are some other great ways to manage your mental health that you found that works for you in your life?
Not taking my phone somewhere for like at least 2 hours.
Yeah, just having like a 2-hour break away from the phone.
Easy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard. But
It's hard, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, nowadays you're so like, you can break your neck over this thing. And then they charge you an arm and a leg for it in the first place. But that's a whole nother side project. But what was I just about to say?
You were going to talk about what you do to sharpen your mental health.
Yes. Well, I do see a therapist every Friday. That helps immensely.
Yeah.
And in full disclosure, I am on antidepressants, but I'm on the track of trying to get off of them. And I got on them by choice, and I'm getting off them by choice. With obviously the help of the doctors.
Yes.
That I'm just to say the people that have anything to say about anything else that goes on in my mind and the worries that I think about, but this is what I think about, so I'm
right.
talking.
Exactly. There's no right or wrong thing. I mean, there's just not. Like, yeah, talk about.
Some people are arguing for a right thing.
True.
So I get it.
True.
But
true.
There's more people that need to know this message of more. That's hello.
There's a lot. There's yes, more love. More love.
It's like, that's it, but mental health is just even sometimes just allowing someone to be.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even have to say anything back.
That's right.
It's not personal.
That's right.
If there's a quote unquote crazy person walking in the street who's probably homeless and he's screaming at whatever, what do you care?
Right. Unless he's
putting
himself in danger, then that's the only time we should really, I think, intervene, right?
I mean, if you want to be human about it.
Yeah. Well, I like to be. I don't know. I don't know if that's the right answer, but that's what I would gravitate towards is if he's putting himself in harm's way, then I intervene in whatever way that looks like.
You have a kind heart,
I hope so.
No, there's no hoping. If you would do that, then you do.
Yes, I would.
I would. And I know because you are nursing, and
that's my heart. It truly is. Yes, that's my heart. Ultimately, is to help people, and honestly, that's kind of how this podcast started.
Don't we all want to help people?
I can't answer for everybody, right? I'd like to think so, but I don't even know if that's true anymore.
Inherently speaking, I'm talking.
I think so. I think we're born with the spirit to help others and to be kind, and somewhere along the way that changes. For different people.
And we've inherited a past that's been haunting us for centuries now.
Yeah.
And it's time we change things up and maybe allow things to go a little different.
Yeah.
Because, I'm not into war. I'm not into innocent people dying. I saw this kid lose his father. What the hell's his life look like now? You know, it's like I felt so bad. I saw this guy's eyes shatter. He's 5 years old. He doesn't even know what's going on yet. You know, and then there's people arguing that they can't get a parking spot at the mall because they have to go pick up some gift for somebody. It's like we need a reality check as a planet, you know.
But what does that look like, Jason? Like to you? Like, I mean, what is it?
We have to speak out. We have to not stop being afraid of each other. We have to stop. I mean, I'm afraid of people. I will tell you that. But I make an effort to, like, if I see something wrong, I say it because I'm tired of being silent, and I'm tired of being the one to shove it down and shut up and all the rest. It's because if I ain't going to say it, who's going to say it?
I agree.
And that's the way I look at life. It's like if we all don't be the one to say, you know.
True story.
We're going to end up in the same mess we're in now, and it's just going to keep getting worse because everybody's fear is just going to feed into each other. But if we talk about different things and we talk about creating and arts and things that bring joy and whatever, as corny as this may sound right this moment, music, you know, this love of music is bringing people together. It's bringing you and I together, and other people are obviously going to watch it because your show is awesome.
Oh, thank you. I love it.
You know, and but we have to like take a hard look, and that's half the reason I've been following this band for almost 30 years. Oh wow, it's almost
I know. It's like what?
29 years I've been following this band. In September next year, it'll be 29 years. Wow.
What a great 29 years, right?
Well, I don't. Yeah, you were on the shout out to the DMB Couch Tour. Let me say that.
Yes.
They just you know, streamed the show in South Africa, and the version of Every Day that people witnessed was not about the song. It was about the love they saw in this man and the love that Dave had for this man in that moment. And they just enjoyed that moment. And there was nothing but love because that's all there ever is.
Yeah. Yes.
And we almost all cried, and many people did cry because it was just such a beautiful expression of human kindness. And it's like, just let him be. He might not sing this, he might not sing that, he might not get it right, I might not play this, but they just allowed each other to be exactly where they were, and the chemistry was so beautiful. It was so palpable. Can't you say that?
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean it's everybody's talking about it. Like, it touched so many people.
It was fantastic. And it's not even one of my favorite songs, but that song, that version of that song, just to see it so beautifully and authentically delivered, was it was priceless. It was magical.
Yeah,
it was magical.
I think that's
the spirit of Christmas right there.
That's the spirit of Christmas, all the way from South Africa.
And you see what brought them together was music and dancing. You can't be bad. You can't be in a bad mood if you're dancing.
That's right. That's right. And I mean, I think just even watching people dance puts me in a good mood, you know, like for me, I receive, you know, and it's like a give receive thing. I think when you're dancing, it's like you're getting so much, but you might be giving too much. I don't know, but like
sometimes I am too much. I guess, but you know what? That's for them to deal with, not me.
I mean, agree.
I'm very comfortable with what I'm wearing. In fact, I'm a little hot, but that's besides.
No, I love it so much. And I like I said, I don't know if I said this earlier when we were recording, but like, you're a fashion icon to me. I like get on and I need my daily like outfit. Like, what is it that everybody uses, like the hashtag, like, I don't know, the outfit of the day or whatever. Like, you are it.
Thank you.
So much fun. So much fun. I'm definitely that girl at, well, like, obviously this is not what I wore to work today, but like I can appreciate it because I'm the girl at work that shows up every day to be like, okay, what's it look like? Like, does it look okay? Like, I love it just like you do. Like, I dig fashion, like, and I don't do it expensively. Like I'm not buying like Gucci product. Like I'm buying like Shein. I love Shein or Shein, however you say it. Like I want it all.
Well, to be honest, this was from Ross Dress for Less. So,
Love
like,
it.
you know, I can't want to divulge the price, but it was a giveaway in my opinion.
Oh,
And, you know, it's like, if I can make use of it, why not?
absolutely. Like,
You know, like, why is, you know, it's like we're getting back into the whole thing about fashion. And it's like, one of the reasons why I get so dressed up, even like this for this, one, because I enjoy it, but two,
yes.
it's like, you know, it's like when I go to a concert, I want to give as much of me to the band as they are giving to me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't go to a concert to say, entertain me like most people that I know around this part, but which blows my mind because it's like, we're a collaboration. And, you know, from being in a Dave Matthews concert, we play together.
Yeah.
We sing together. You know, it's like that is why I keep coming back,
That's the hook.
you know?
Yeah. Yeah. So let's segue just shortly because, you know, I don't think we could do this episode justice if we didn't close out with like a little bit of DMB fashion, right? Because we cannot deny the fact that I don't care who you are, you've heard some fashion faux pas about what to wear at a concert, what not to wear at a concert, and like what you're going to do anyways, right? So let's talk about the rules that we've heard that like, you're not supposed to do this at a concert, like at particularly a Dave Matthews Band concert. What have you heard that is like, oh my God, don't wear that?
Well, from my generation, you don't wear the concert of the show you're going to see.
That's what I've always heard, but maybe it's like our age. I don't know.
You just don't do it. Maybe if you bought the T-shirt at the concert and you put it on because you were cold,
right.
maybe you can get by. But you gotta hold that shit to the end of the concert. You can't put it on until you get out.
I mean, I've always
Don't
heard.
dare put an old T-shirt to prove to the band how old you've been. You know, seeing the band. Oh, that shirt's. You know, like I see people with old shirts. I'm like, I can recognize it because I've seen the shirt before. You know.
But, right. And I think more specifically, don't wear like the current or like last couple of tour shirts. Like I'm all about a custom personalized Dave Matthews Band shirt.
Sure.
Oh my God. Sign me up for like everything.
I
right.
mean, there are plenty of my friends that have all the sequins and the lights. It's fantastic. And I love it because I like that it's an expression for them.
Yes.
It's not that they're doing it to show off or something. It's just
right.
love for the band, and that's what they
in their
express.
Own way.
And that's what I feel when you go to a concert, you should bring too. The band is going to give you all they got.
Yes.
So as an audience member, as active I think as it is to participate in life with the band, and you agree, I know.
Yeah.
It's like, why not? You're not like, if you wanted to we could have recorded this and showed it to you at home.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? If you're not going to get into it.
Right.
If music isn't going to move you in that way, you know, like I get it. Some people just like to watch. Some people like to see. Some people like the lighting, you know, but like the words, the music, the passion that keeps us all coming back.
Yeah, no, I want to shout out, especially because, you know, you mentioned them and I think they stand out in a crowd, no matter what venue you're at. There's always probably some amount of what everyone calls the flossy posse. And they do have the sequined jackets or capes with the glow in the dark fire dancer on the back. And they typically have like somebody in the group has like this tall pole with the fire dancer that glows. Like people have seen them. They're gorgeous. And I love that it's an expression of fashion and what they can do. But like, how cool is it for the band from like, I would think as a fan, like if you saw people out there with like glow in the dark shit, like custom, you're like, oh shit, they're really into us, right? Like, I mean, it's a feeling of love, right?
Well, it's also, I mean, you have to consider the band themselves. They started out, Dave used to wear pajamas on stage.
Yeah. They've upgraded just a little.
Every day come out, they had like a publicist or something that was like, hey, can you put on some pants?
Maybe some underwear, but only sometimes.
Only on every other show. Yeah.
Keep the girls guessing and some of the guys, right?
For sure. You know, but it's like, I don't know. It's like people wear, what they wear because they should be comfortable at a concert.
Yes, definitely. Because
Some of the people that go out and, they wear like high heels and they're uncomfortable or whatever, or they're wearing shorts and they're cold or whatever.
Yeah.
Mini skirt, whatever. It's like, just go. I don't know. I look at it's like be comfortable with what you're wearing with to a show. Obviously, there's people that wear like high heels and they're uncomfortable all night. Or there's people that wear, I don't know, guys sometimes wear tank tops and they're cold at night. It's like everybody has a little vice.
Sure.
But it's like going to a concert, it's like I look at it like I want to participate. And if I'm going to be cold, I need to be responsible that I need a jacket later. I'm going to have to carry it later. So I incorporate all of my worries, concerns, and issues that I have to work out for the evening, and I put it into the outfit,
Right.
I wear a fanny pack at a concert because then I don't have anything in my pockets.
I do too. I mean, no shame in my mom game. Like, I need a fanny pack like that can fit, a snack, some tickets, all the things.
We need a fanny pack comeback,
I'm bringing it back. Like, I'm bringing it back. You can
bring it back. I got one that's like an igloo cooler. We can put a beer in.
What? It'd be at least good for the line to get in, right? Like maybe like a 6-pack holster down the leg that's insulated. Yes. If you make that dream come true, like give me some credit.
I mean, it's terrible that we are joking about it.
I'm not even joking. Like, what kind of fashion? That would be the fashion that I saw. That would be like, holy shit, where did you get that? Because I'm gonna need one.
As part of the fashion, that's the show that I'm doing. It's like I explore and create like an idea for the evening. We're doing a Christmas outfit. This is my Christmas outfit. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm trying to be a character. It's just what I felt like wearing,
and it's amazing. And do you feel amazing?
It feels very comfy, yeah.
Well, that's worth it, right? Even that's right. Sure. That's worth it.
No, I do feel good. Yeah. I'm glad that this is for mental health, so that was good.
I mean, you tied it all in. You were like, it's a 2-for-1. I got Christmas and mental health.
I should have had this a little ironed out, but
it looks perfect. Like from here, like no one's up close, so get closer to the camera.
No, I'm not showing you my wrinkles.
Oh God,
that's why I'm wearing glasses.
Oh hush!
I don't have any wrinkles.
Hush.
See, no wrinkles.
Here's what I know. I'm probably older than you, so let's not talk about wrinkles and all that.
I was born in 1976. There you go.
You're older than me. Just by a few years. Like, it doesn't even count, right? Doesn't even count. It's like a few years. No, anyways.
The whole point is that I'm having fun expressing myself in clothes, not caring about the gender, which is what I've gotten caught in my whole life. Talk about mental health.
Right.
It's like getting told I can't wear that. I can't do this. I can't. That's for a girl. This is for that. You have to wear this. It's like, I looked in my closet one day and I'm like, this is the most boring shit in my entire life is my clothes. I literally was in the middle of therapy and I started wearing different clothes to therapy. And he goes, you're not wearing. I told him the breakthrough I had. I was like, yeah, it's like my wardrobe is boring. I need to have more exciting things. He goes, I did notice your wardrobe has changed.
Oh, yeah.
And that's like what life's about. Is like, why do we have these boundaries and that we limit each other or what we can do, our capabilities? It's like, move the fuck out the way if it ain't working and let somebody else try, because
right. I mean, I think it's been a constant battle with fashion because, it's from time to time I'll see something that was like set back in the 40s and 50s and it was kind of unacceptable for women to wear pants. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, really? And there's always been like these boundaries around clothing. Like, this is for her and this is for him, and there's nothing that's for both people. Well, that was your rules.
Right. Well, I'll go a step deeper. This is now we're going into the high little guy episodes that I was about to create.
It's all good stuff, right?
Oh, of course it is. It's like I'm talking real because this is what we don't have time to waste.
No.
there are literally people dying in Gaza because I don't know what the hell we're doing. I'm trying to like, what can I do? Because that's just what I do. And
Yes.
there's things I'm working on, but it's like, and what I do for a living as a professional organizer, sometimes I have people's stuff. And if I see it can help somebody on the street, why would I go donate it to someone who got to pay for it when I can give it to someone
exactly
that I can help?
But little things that add up.
I mean, if we don't bring more love this Christmas, I don't know what is going to happen.
I don't know. Things are going to continue to get worse, and that's just facts.
It's a simple little thing. It's just a simple little thing.
More love, guys. More love.
And it's just spread through kindness. That really matters. Kindness really matters.
It really does. It goes a long ways, and you know what? It's so fucking cheap. Why aren't people doing it? Right? Like, it costs you nothing to be kind. It costs you nothing.
To some people, it's a threat. Some people, it's a threat.
I can understand that. I really can. I really can understand. I really can. And it's tough because it's so easy for us to say, be kind and do this and do that. And at the same time, it's
easy to pull a finger too and say someone isn't. But the truth is, you got to look for yourself.
Right. You're
either bringing kindness and kindness is around you, or it's not.
Right.
You are the company you keep. That's what they keep saying.
And I think that's another good, and we're going to close up because, this has been a long episode, but you know what? I think Christmas deserves more love. And that is exactly what we're doing in this episode. So, you've been through some highs with us. You've been with some lows. Maybe that was my singing, my tambourine playing. I don't know what your low was in this episode, but
in this episode, no, my low is the amount of beer I have left.
It's this low, like low.
No, in truth, look, I'm going to be honest because it's mental health, and if we don't talk about things that have troubled us, it's like, what do we talk about? We have to be real with each other, and if we're afraid of each other, like I might have said earlier, it's like we're doing it wrong.
We are,
and it's like I've been afraid my whole life to speak out, to speak up. I didn't even know I had boundaries until I started therapy. I didn't know I existed until I had boundaries. And I didn't even know that I was able to make a boundary and uphold it, like to have the strength inside to be like, no, I said no, rather than cower and be like, okay, what do you need?
And you mean personal boundaries, right? Boundaries that you've set yourself.
Personally boundaries. Yeah, for sure. Or that have been invaded through trauma in childhood. You don't know what someone is dealing with. And
true.
I look like, someone who's got a lot of fashion sense. Let's just say it.
Yeah, you do. That's why I chose you for this episode. No, we choose each other.
I mean, you've been such a support, and I love you for it.
Thank you.
I think sometimes I need to reciprocate back so much, but I know the love is real, and
it's not even about that. Like, it's not even about I do this, so you'll do that. But thank you so much, and thank you for coming back on the show. I know that a lot of people had a blast when you were on the show the first time, and so if you haven't listened to Jason's first episode, it was earlier in 2023, and how fashionable for us to close out the year with Jason. Start with him, end with him. Boom. Boom. Trendsetter for the Space Between podcast. So, guys,
my God,
this has been an amazing episode.
Congratulations. I forgot to say that on your anniversary, and it's my birthday.
I know. What kind of coincidence was that? November 30th.
That's
your
my
birthday and the Space Between's anniversary. Yeah, I mean,
so I'm so honored to have started this year and to end it with you and to create what's next. So
thank you. It's been a really good year, and so it's obviously all of this has led up to meeting people like you, and that's my goal, is to continue to tell the stories. There's thousands, at least 35,000 stories behind the Dave Matthews Band, right?
Yeah, I could go on for 40 million episodes.
Right. That's the fun thing. I think most fans can. They're like, oh, but wait, I have more. Right. And so we invite you to come back on again and share, because, we're always creating new memories, right? We're staying up making memories.
Yeah, for sure. We'll have to have maybe a Dave encounter story.
Ooh, I would love that. Hey, and speaking of, you made the highlight video for 2020, for the first year. So You've been a lot of fun, and you've shed some positive light into our listeners' ears. So thank you for all you've done, guys. And if you are listening to this on a podcast and you want to watch this on YouTube, so you can see Jason's fashion and his sign and his green ribbon to talk about the beautiful month that it is, which is Mental Health Awareness Month, along with all the holidays that people are celebrating. But this is also such a time of grief and sorrow for so many people. And so we want to keep that in mind. So guys, thank you for following the show. Thank you for following Jason. Be sure to pick up a copy of Hello Heaven Is Poppy there? And you can get that on Amazon. It'll be to your doorstep in no time. So let's support the fans of the Dave Matthews Band. Guys, if you want to share your story, be sure to hit me up on social media, message me through Facebook, Instagram, whatever your choice is. Or also you can email me at kissonthelippsmire@gmail.com. You can't forget that, right? Kiss on the lipsmire@gmail.com. So Jason, thank you so much. Guys, be sure to stay tuned every Friday for a new episode. Merry
And don't forget to play.
Don't forget to do what? Oh, yeah. Like you can rewind this shit and listen to me and Jason sing our song over and over.
The Dave Matthews Christmas song.
Oh, you know what? Let's close it out with someone who really knows how to sing a Christmas song. Take it away, Dave.
Yay.